live and free.
Season is heating up here in week 2 as we are coming to you live from the Eagles Nest of Big Walnut High School here in Sunbury, Ohio. The Big Walnut Golden Eagles proudly wear their 1-0 records on their sleeves as they return to friendly turf before hitting the road next week. As the number 6 team in Ohio, according to Max Preps, Big Walnut has the eyes of the state on him after a commanding 32-7 victory over Hilliard Bradley last week, evenly distributed in the air and on the ground with 2 touchdowns each and a spectacular defensive performance. But the Dublin Coffman Rocks are feeling dangerous too after dismantling Bishop Hartley last week 51-27. Surely catching the attention of the Golden Eagle play callers led by junior quarterback Jack Wolf. The offense must come up big tonight if they want to emerge victorious from the dogfight. I'm Bryce Coder, your producer and play-by-play commentator tonight. Excited, as always, to be here bringing you live and free Big Walnut football right here on the OH Report. Joshua Anderson back in the color commentary spot, providing you with the X's and O's straight to your living room. Join us for the Jackson Digital Marketing pregame show coming up next.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Running a small business isn't easy. Between work, family, and everything else, there's just not enough time in the day. Websites, Google, reviews, it all matters, but it shouldn't slow you down. That's where TMS Plus comes in. We make digital marketing easy, affordable, and effective. We handle your website, your Google business profile, listings, and online reputation, so customers can find you and trust you. That means less time chasing screens and more time focusing on what really matters. Your family, your customers, you business. Sign up for TMS Plus Digital Essentials today and get a free 1-month half-page ad in Town Money Saver magazine. Consultation and design included. TMS Plus. Easy, affordable, effective.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Only 7 minutes remain until kickoff, and it's time for the Jackson Digital Marketing Company pregame show. Week 2 action between the Big Walnut Golden Eagles and the Dublin Coffman Rocks. Both of them 1-0 on the season. Both of them with very commanding Week 1 victories. I'm joined in the booth by Joshua Anderson. Josh, how you doing?
Feeling pretty good, Bryce. Feeling pretty good.
Should be a good one tonight, as these teams have not faced each other in recent memory, as we get ready for Big Walnut to run through that banner and take the field.
Bryce, there's no better feeling than a football Friday. Feeling the anticipation in the air. Both teams seem so excited, 1-0, but one of these teams aren't leaving 1-0 undefeated tonight, Bryce. So should be an interesting game. You know, I think Coffman had a big victory against Hartley last week, so they're amped ready to go.
So Big Walnut takes the field as we take a look at their team spotlight. And we mentioned it in the scene setter, but they are the number 6 ranked team in Ohio, 1-0 in a 32-7 victory last week. In the Final Four last year, they went down to Anderson 22-29, but the huge victory over Massillon, Washington 27-21. And Big Walnut, I mean, they used to be this team that had high hopes, and you know, when they won a game, one of the big ones, it was like, oh wow, we're able to do it, but now it's expected.
Right, Bryce. They're no longer the new kid on the block. You know, everybody's expecting that, right? Have a target on their back, you know, and it's one of those things that they're going to bring their A game every week if they want to come out and get back to what they want to achieve this year.
Taking a look at our player spotlight for Big Walnut, and we're going with the quarterback Eli Stumpf, who last game had 171 passing yards, 54 rushing yards, and 2 passing touchdowns. So starting off the season very strong.
Very strong performance from him last week, Bryce. He was able to dissect the defense and do anything he kind of wants.
And we will briefly pause for the national anthem. Jumping back into the Jackson Marketing Company pregame show. And the Big Walnut keys to victory tonight, given by yours, Joshua Anderson. Running the rock and winning the front. I mean, what more can you say? That's what they've done all season long. That's what they've done all last season long and the season before that.
Definitely, Bryce. But I think winning the front's going to be the big one now because, you know, Coffman runs a lot of RPOs, right? And so for the front 7 on the defensive side of the ball, Bryce, they're going to have to be able to be able to react and also be disciplined on what they are showing up front.
Taking a look at the team spotlight for Dublin Coffman. They have that physical and explosive run first, but RPO-driven offense, like you said, and they're able to do a lot. I mean, all 3 options, that's why you run the RPO, and they do all of them well.
Definitely, Bryce. It makes you, if you go this way, we're going to kill you this way. If you go this way, we're going to kill you that way. It's a very, really unique and diverse concept to run at this level of the game, so not a lot of teams are, I'll say, vice to be able to really defend it. So it's going to be a big test for Big Walnut tonight to see how they do against that RPO option.
And taking a look at our player spotlight, Jack Morris getting the nod from our Joshua Anderson. and only a junior, but really up and coming. Had a great season last season, looking to carry on with that this season.
Definitely, Bryson. Last week alone, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. His longest rush was 15 yards, and he also had 2 passing TDs. So he had a lot, and they had a big eruption of points in that second half. They're going to have to kind of run that track race if they want to have some success tonight, Bryce.
Taking a look at the keys to victory for Dublin Coffman and winning in the trenches. That's a tough one, especially going up against guys like TJ Miner, but they're going to need that level of toughness and letting Morris stress the defense, finding those poking, prodding points where, you know, Big Walnut is weak and then taking advantage of those.
Definitely, Bryce. You know, many have tried to do this, but none have really have any success. But this front 7, they got some junkyard dogs up there, right? I mean, that front line, they have some junkyard dogs. So it's going to be interesting to see how kind of these 2 big, you know, gladiators kind of fight tonight and who's going to be victorious.
So just about a minute until we are underway here at the Eagles Nest of Big Walnut. And the storefront design contest winner this week is, once again, Renick Orthodontic. And Renick Orthodontic with their second win, 2 for 2 on the season. Wow, look at that. I mean, attention to detail there.
Definitely.
They do that on their storefront. How do they do your teeth? Probably pretty well, I'd imagine.
They're going to take care of those pearly whites, Bryce.
Yeah. So congratulations to Renick Orthodontics for their second win, and thank you for supporting Big Walnut football. So Big Walnut did win the toss. They elected to kick it away.
Interesting to see, Bryce, what this Coffins or what these Rocks are going to do on offense. Wanting to set the tone early, you know, they want to make a big noise, you know, make their presence known in the stadium. They heard about these big bag walnuts, and they they want to make sure that, hey, you know, we're the Rock, and everything's cooking over here, right?
So it will be Owen Piles kicking us away, 5'9" junior. And the false charge. Very customary of Big Walnut to welcome them in with the false charge. And we are officially underway here in the Eagles Nest of Big Walnut High School. Received at the 1-yard line, looking for some daylight. Able to shake one tackler, but not too much more as he's brought down. I think they'll give him up to the 14, and that's where Dublin Coffman will begin their first drive of the night.
And that was just great coverage right there by the Golden Eagles, Bryce. You know, they had a pretty big return on them, it seemed like, last week. So it seemed like they had to be a little more disciplined this coming up. At least start off the game, at least.
So to the line of scrimmage for the opening play. Jack Morris will lead the offense. Putting a man in motion, it's Ruiz Beach moving. They'll throw over the middle, it's incomplete. So the quick pass is broken up.
All right, Bryce, that was really interesting. First play of the game, they're going to that RPO option right there. As you can see, the quarterback drifted back into the pocket, but those linemen still creeping up to that second level to those linebackers. He has to get that ball out quick for the RPO. Just wasn't able to connect right there in that first play, Bryce.
So this time they'll line up in the pistol. Perhaps a little more clear with their intentions. 2-men move. And on the RPO, they'll end up throwing it. The completion gets them about 7 or 8 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and short.
And this is where they excel at, right, Bryce? You know, they weren't able to connect on the first one. On the second one, able to connect, and look, they're almost kind of back on schedule on this regimen of downs. But this is going to be challenging. That's what makes it tricky, right, for the RPO. If you're the linebackers, if you're the front 7, it's kind of, you got to stay disciplined.
So But once again, in the pistol, it worked for him last time. Sending him away in the lone backfield. He'll take it himself up the middle. He'll pick up the first down and about 2 yards more, so the chains will move.
Okay, Bryce, I think these last three play iterations exactly is what the Rocks wanted to do, right? You know, they want this front seven of the Big Walnuts to kind of hesitate. And as you can kind of see, they are hesitating right now. They don't know if it's going to be a run, they don't know it's going to be a pass. And I'm interested to see how they're going to kind of adapt to this throughout the game, because right now I feel like they're kind of playing on their back feet a little bit.
So 2 wide receivers out to Morris's left. They'll take the snap, but the flag will throw.
Looks like it's going to be a false start right here, Bryce.
Yeah, as the offense backs up. Take another look at that one as the call is confirmed. And I think the spread by the defense kind of baited an offensive lineman into jumping.
Yeah, Bryce. You know, it was kind of interesting because the offense was throwing on motion at the defense, but the offense was the one that kind of jumped at the end, right? But I think that's just interesting. They're trying to make Big Walnut think as much as possible.
So with McLean on his left hip, they will in fact hand it off to him. Scrambling back towards the original line of scrimmage, and the pile will push him forward about 4 yards past it, so it makes it about 6 yards to gain.
And that was once again just a great find by the running back. Able to kind of take a sidestep and able to dissect the basically dissect where he was trying to go. Able to pick up a couple to get him back on track for second down.
So now 2nd and 6. The line to gain is the 36-yard line. He'll pull it back and take it himself, looking for a receiver that was all alone. James Haas, the intended receiver, but well over his head and out of bounds, and it'll bring up 3rd down and medium, but that would have been a huge pickup for them.
Definitely, Bryce. That would definitely put them back, kind of back on track. Now they're kind of behind schedule. I'm interested to see if they're going to go back to the RPO. A little more yards to pick up on this 3rd down. They might need to set back in the pocket and let the play develop in order for them to pick up the first. But something I think is really interesting to note, Bryce, is that they've been throwing motion at this defense on every iteration of plays. Trying to get them to think, you know, hey, we might be coming out on this. Hey, we're shifting this way. Does the defense react?
We'll have a break. And Coffman will call a timeout there.
Yeah, I see like there was something that just wasn't in love with. Kind of take another ponder at this, Bryce.
And they just pulled it back, but right at the snap. First timeout called by either side. Still 9:21 remaining here in the first quarter. And for Dublin Coffman, I mean, despite the penalty, they've been just grinding away here, and it's been not a terrible drive, but I think one that really depends on this play here.
Definitely, Bryce. It's kind of been a little methodical, no really explosive plays. But like you said, this is kind of going to be a big play right here to see how this pace is going to kind of work for Big Walnut, because if they're able to move the chains, I think this is will be a bit of a success for them, Bryce. I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to call right here.
Minor on the right side rushing. He's tied up, and receiver diving backwards. Another throw over the head. And that one in the part of the field that has a lot of sun, perhaps in the eyes of the receiver.
Definitely, Bryce. I think it might have been his son. I also think it might have been a defensive lineman got their hands up right there as well. Like we said, Bryce, if you're not able to get home to the quarterback, what the next best thing to do is just put your hands up. Something good could happen. And it seemed like that was it right there. There was a lot of green grass in the front, but they weren't able to connect, and the defense is be able to get off the field.
So now in the punt formation, 4th and 6th. They will just kick it away, almost blocked, but the punter just able to get it off of the foot. I think a great job by the rusher of not hitting him too.
Yeah, that could have been a roughing call right there, at least running to the punter. That would have been bad news bears for the Golden Eagles.
So on the Big Walnut, first down, they'll start on the 31 to start the drive.
And this is the best show on turf. Right, Bryce? Eli Stumpf, Nolan Burley, and company.
So quads out to the left, a wide receiver to his right. Stumpf all alone looking to the left, finds the screen. Burley drops it in his hands. I don't think he could see the ball. I mean, even after he muffed it, he kind of looked to see if it was a fumble or what was going on.
Definitely, Bryce. And I know it sounds crazy, but it kind of looked like that was the workings of like a double pass right there, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like one of those things I wish they would have connected, because it looked like that could have been an interesting play, but just wasn't able to catch it right there and there. It's all right. The sun was in your eyes. Let's see what they do on second down.
Taking the snap and just handing it off to Burley. Has a few blockers. Will work right to about the first down marker. I think he'll be about a yard short. No, they'll give it to him. First down.
And, you know, sometimes it's all nice to get all cute and pretty, but, you know, you got to get back to the bread and butter, which is just giving the inside zone to Burley and letting him do his work.
So now out of the shotgun. From the 42-yard line, the 48 is the line to gain. Bowers makes the reception before he's pushed out of bounds, makes it second and short.
I think that was a nice pitch and catch right there, Bryce. You know, Bowers made a great grab, able to pick up a couple, get him ahead of track for the second down.
Second and 4, and we were talking about it last week, but coaches, they love these second and short situations.
Definitely, Bryce. I'm interested to see. They could take a shot right here. It seems like they want to be aggressive, especially coming out to empty.
Burley will go wide, trying to find some room. Slips a couple of tacklers before he's finally brought down across the first down marker. And they're inside of Rock territory.
And we talked about this a bunch last week, getting the ball to Burley in creative and diverse ways, right? Coming in the jet sweep right there, you know, everybody was thinking, oh, this is an empty set. Next you know, Burley's trailing in the backfield, getting the ball. It looked pretty bad at the beginning right there, but able to pick up the first down.
So from the left hash marks is where they'll start this play. 2 wide receivers out to the right. They'll look to pass. Going out wide towards their own sideline. The catch is made by Finn Stumpf, who's wrestled out of bounds. They'll pick up a first down right at the marker.
Cousin to cousin, Bryce. That was a great pitch and catch right there. And once again, you know, this Big Walnut's front line is proving, once again, to be ferocious. Pushing up against these Coffman Rocks. You know, I just saw this right here. They made a little bit of a change in the Coffman's front line, trying to keep bodies fresh. Hopefully they had a little more success.
Offense coming set. Burley once again, full head of steam. He'll try to stay on his feet as he spins around. Just so much power, so hard to bring down a body like that.
He's a locomotive, Bryce. Once he gets going, he kind of have to get out the way, but he's doing some good work so far. Kind of having his way against his defense. The Rocks haven't really had an answer for him so far.
Trying to tackle a Toyota Prius or something.
I wouldn't call it a Prius, but I probably would have something a little bigger. But nonetheless, if it's a car, you probably should get out the way, right?
So here on first down, and they are on the 18-yard line inside the red zone. Over the middle, Bowers makes the catch, and it's good for 6. And Coffman trying to argue that he had dropped the ball, but I think the reception was long made by the time that one was called.
Yeah, Bowers took about 3 or 4 steps in the end zone. He had that, but that was just a great snag over in the middle of the field. Seemed like it was a little bit of a cover too. As you can see, there was no help in the middle right there, Bryce. He put it right over the top of the linebacker, and it was 6.
So it looks like they will line up in the kick formation. Piles for the extra point. 7-0 Big Walnut, 7:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Coffman's second drive coming up next.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Back after the Big Walnut touchdown, they lead the way 7-0, kicking it away to Dublin Coffman. Once again, received right at the one. Great placement by Owen Piles, and he's smashed right at the 10-yard line at the waist.
He's seeing Tweety Birds right now, Bryce. That is not pretty. That Big Walnuts kickoff team is fired up. And I love to see it, Bryce.
It's just something that Coach Krager emphasizes so much, that it's the little things, and particularly he gets so excited over those special teams plays.
It's a third of the game, Bryce. I'm going to say it once, I'm going to say it again, I'm going to say it next week, right? But so many big impacts can happen on special teams.
Oh, sensing trouble. Wow. Morris tries to get away from it, but is brought down at the ankles for the sack.
And I feel like this is where a lot of teams kind of have to look in the mirror right here, because they know Big Walnut can beat Bryce, and they know how fast they can start off, especially in the first quarter. So a lot of pressure can be put on this kind of first drive or the second drive, right? But I think Coffman, what they need to do to kind of have success is just keep kind of moving the ball like they have been. Maybe take a little more shots, be a little more aggressive, but
yeah, I think that's something that's so hard, is when you get scored on so quickly. I mean, you want to get it back so quickly, but really you need a methodical drive in order to get that back to really establish the pace of the game.
Oh, Bryce. And he was engulfed in the backfield. What a great sack right there.
It was Cole Swanger on the sack. Just swarming.
And they're doing a little bit of that land shark right there, Bryce. I love to see it. They're headhunting. They smell the blood in the water. But there's no worse feeling. Third down, you're in the shadow of your goalpost. They have to do something, try to move these chains. Haven't had any success this whole drive so far.
So he'll take it himself, trying to buy himself some space. It'll bring up fourth down as they cross the 10-yard line. I think it would be a risky one to try to go for.
Bryce, if he went for it right there, he probably had a group of parents up by the school bus not too happy for him, right? But I'm interested to see how this punt is going to go. It seems like Big Walnut's really close to getting a block. Being this close to the end zone, I'm interested to see how hard they're going to go. This might be a fire call. I mean, get after the ball. We're not really too concerned about returning it.
So from his own end zone, they'll punt it away. Burley will just move out of the way on the fair catch. They'll down it in Big Walnut territory, officially at the 42-yard line where Big Walnut will begin. So pretty good field position.
Yeah, it was a close but no cigar type of situation for the kind of punt block right there. But right now, Bryce, you know, if you're the Big Walnuts offense, you know, it's kind of business as usual, right? Let's get back into the end zone. But if you're a Coffman's defense, this is a pretty big drive. You know, if you kind of need to kind of establish, you know, the hierarchy for your for the rest of the game, give your offense a little confidence getting back on the field.
The first play of this drive with 4:57 remaining here in the first quarter. They'll put Bowers in motion. 3 wide receivers set. Burley on his left hip. They'll hand it off to Burley, who takes it up the gut, has room. Stiff arms one, tries to pull it back, puts his head down and barrels across the 35-yard line. In fact, he'll be stopped at the 36.
And once again, Bryce, these Rocks have no answer for Burley. He's able to kind of get what he wants, kind of chewing out the defense and spitting them out. As you see, he's able to hit the hole, and he saw a bunch of green grass, made the defender kiss the dirt. It's not a good. It's not a really good test for the Rocks defense right now.
He'll look to throw over the middle, and too much mustard on that one as it's ruled incomplete. But I do think as the shadows start to creep in a little bit, it's going to open up the passing game. We saw the sun affecting, and I kind of think about it like in baseball where, you know, the shadows come in and the pitcher throws and the ball changes from light to dark to light again.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like that situation where, you know, the ball's changing colors, you're kind of losing it in the air.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of giving me like the Dallas Cowboys, kind of like in their stadium, they have a lot of like a sun glaring right now, right?
So they'll give it to Burley again, who bounces out wide, gets the first down. A flag is thrown towards where the initial point of contact happened for that tackle. So holding will go against Big Walnut. First holding penalty against Big Walnut this season.
And that's definitely going to push them back behind schedule. Interesting to see how they're going to come out, what they're going to call. One thing I will note is it seems like the Rocks have came out a lot and kind of cover 2 lately. And it seems like the Big Walnuts really likes that so far. Every time they came out cover 2, Big Walnuts passed.
I think it's really trusting the progressions of Eli Stump to find those guys in between the coverage.
100%. I think Bauer should be due for a big game to keep coming out and cover 2, Bryce. Find them in the middle like we did for that touchdown earlier.
He'll take the snap. Rolling out to his right. Flag thrown.
Look like it might be another holding, Bryce.
And looks like the officials are herding him back.
And it's one of those things, you know, a lot of good things can happen. Like we talk about the patience of Eli Stump, but one of those things is, you know, when you have patience, you need more time, and sometimes you ask a lot for your big guys in front to block for that long a time, Bryce.
You can see it in the top left of your screen towards the end of the play right there. So 2nd and long.
Man, it can be tricky sometimes, Bryce, especially when you have those long developing kind of routes. But now once it's 2nd in California, you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do. Wouldn't be surprised to be inside zone right here. You're just getting back on track.
2nd and 20.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they may end up getting way more than a first down on this one. Fighting to stay on his feet, but instead he'll be brought down inside the red zone. Big Walnut said 2nd and 20, who they'll pick up the first down.
And once again, it's the defense worst nightmares is Nolan Burley just picking up easily on the first down right there. It just makes it look like so effortless, Bryce, right? He kind of just passes the first level, and the next thing you know, the second level is looking at the back, at his back numbers.
So now to the pistol with 3 wide receivers. They'll pitch it to Burley. Burley, trouble in the backfield, maybe tackled for a loss, and I think he may end up picking up a couple.
And that was just a nice halfback cross toss right there. Bryce, like you said, wasn't kind of trying to find the wide side of the field, trying to turn the corner, wasn't able to.
So 2nd and 9. The line to gain being the 4. Looking towards the end zone, Harrington pulls it down for a touchdown. 2nd passing touchdown of the night for Eli Stump.
On his head top, Bryce. He just hit him with a nice little move at the line of scrimmage. And that's a simple one-on-one that they do on 7-on-7s all the time. And I thought I was having a stroke, Bryce, because I smelled something burnt, but it was a receiver in the end zone cooking.
So here, still in the first quarter with 3:14 remaining, Big Walnut extending the lead 13-0, looking for the extra point.
Bryce, you know,
Oh, and jumping across on the encroachment, making big contact with the offensive line. Oh, are they calling it against Big Walnut?
I think they're going to go for it, Bryce, with the short field.
Oh, yeah. So penalty will go against Dublin Coffman for a second. The motion they were making kind of made me think that they were going to call it the other way. I couldn't see how. But we'll take another look there as the call is confirmed and offsides on the defense. With just 1 yard to go, they like their odds and they're going to go for it.
And just a backbreaker for the Rocks right here. Especially if they get this one. But see, Big Walnut loves these occasions when they're able to get 2.
They'll give it to Burley, who will stumble forward. The 2-point conversion is good. Big Walnut leads this one 15-0 after Gavin Harrington's 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. Stay with us.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Gavin Harrington's 2nd touchdown of the season, coming at the hands of Eli Stump throw. Only the 5th catch of the season for Harrington. He had the touchdown in the 2nd quarter, week 1, wasting even less time this time on a great kickoff return as they get it all the way down to the 30 before it's finally blown dead.
That was a good return right there, Bryce. Interesting to see how Coffman's going to come out. Down kind of big, 16-0, or 15-0, excuse me.
Definitely have some work to do.
You're going to have to put your hard hat on and pull up your big boy pants. It's going to be interesting. See if they're going to go back to the RPO. They're in that pistol formation once again.
Looking to pass.
Wow.
And they'll make the reception, moving backwards, brought down for a pickup of 1. They'll give him the positive yardage. But they're in a hurry. The tackler was Mason Moore, the senior.
It just seems like, they're kind of going out to these quick routes right here. Hit them out on a quick speed out. Wasn't able to get much. Interesting to see, once again, this pistol look. wants to get into motion.
Now having
wow,
trouble with the
Bryce.
snap. They'll dive on top of it. Big Walnut has it. We're changing possession.
There's some laundry on the field, just a double short. Yeah, Bryce, that's Big Walnut's ball right there. Talking about what can go from bad to worse.
So that was the beanie. And that one's tough. I do it at least once a year. I'm colorblind. I always think the beanie is a penalty flag.
You know, quick, like you said, it was in like kind of like the sun. It was like, oh wait, is that yellow or is that orange? But yeah, that's nonetheless, that was a kind of a really bad situation for Coffman. Seeing if Big Walnut's able to capitalize on their huge mistake.
So after the fumble recovery, they'll start off with positive yardage and getting inside of the red zone.
Yeah, it seemed like Burley wasn't able to kind of get his footing underneath him right there as he stumbled for, you know, a good 5 to 6 yards. 8, I'm sorry. But my heart really goes towards this Coffman's defense. They're tired. You can see their pads moving up and down. It's a hot one today, and that quick change of possession is not doing them any favors.
Stump will take it
wow.
himself on the QB run, gets the first down and a little bit more as they inch closer towards the goal line. And perfect placement as it's on the 11. They can buy a new set of downs if they get to the 1.
Definitely, Bryce. It's always nice to know you can always get another set of downs, but I know touchdown is all their mind.
Yeah.
It's going them crazy.
Didn't take them long in the last couple of drives. Once they got inside of striking distance, they were looking towards that goal line.
And once again, look out for Bowers, Bryce. I got a feeling he might get hit. Uh-oh.
Burley exploding across the goal line for the touchdown. 21-0. Big Walnut leads this one over Dublin Coffman. Still a minute remaining in the first quarter.
And that just follows a trend of this Big Walnut's offense. They explode in the first quarter. And I think last week we talked about it. They outscored their opponents over 100 to, I think it was like 27. So you just add on to that total right there. Kind of doing what they always done. And this is just such, once again, an intimidating factor for opposing teams. Because now you're down 21-0. You kind of have to throw your original game plan out the door and kind of try to play catch up. And we all know how that usually goes.
Yeah.
Not really well for opposing teams.
Kind of like in Vegas, never a good idea to chase your losses.
Right?
So the field goal is good. The extra point makes it 22-0 over Dublin Coffman. Minute 6 remaining here in the first quarter. Stay with us.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
A little more of the same as Big Walnut scores once again, this time at the foot of Nolan Burley. They're leading 22-0 here in the first quarter. Fielded inside the 10, but another good kickoff return, almost having to rely on the kicker to make that tackle.
No, they tackled them right.
Yeah.
Right in the last line of defense right there. But they're going to need that great return right here to get back on track. They're not out of it, but they're definitely down. Haven't seen many teams come back from this larger deficit from Big Walnut. I'm not saying they can't be the the one out of the true, out of the sample size, but he definitely got the work cut out for him right here, Bryce.
Out of the pistol, once again the motion man, 2 wide receivers out left. They'll hand it off. This time looks like to running back Gavin McLean. He'll get a short gain of about 1 as it brings up 2nd and 9.
It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to come out because, like we said at the beginning of the game, you know, they have a really heavy RPO option offense, but when you're kind of down like this, you kind of know what you're going to do. Everybody knows you're going to have to kind of pass the ball here. So the running option is kind of a little less scary. Still have to be disciplined, still have to look at your keys, but down this big, you kind of know what you're going to have to do to get back into this game, Bryce.
So here on 2nd down, the line to gain is the 47-yard line. Will pass on the delay, going up and bringing it down. A great grab by wide receiver James Haas, the 6'5" sophomore.
And that was just a great find in between the window of that pitch and catch, Bryce. It was over a couple Big Walnut hands. Jack Morris showing us why he's so savvy.
He's 3 for 5 passing on the night. Interestingly, Gavin McLean, the running back, has only had 2 rushes for a total of 11 yards, really preferring Jack Morris to take the ball.
Yeah, they're kind of using him on the QB keepers and the RPO option. Kind of looking, use it, put it up to him, Steve. If it looks good, pass the ball. If not, just tuck and try to get as much as you can. But now it's 3rd and about, I'll say, 7. They're going to have to kind of go into their hat, pull out some magic, Bryce. But kudos once again to that front 7 in the Big Walnut. You know, this is a good test once again for the RPO. It's a very unique type of offense this week. So far, besides those first couple plays, they've seemed to catch their footing on it.
So it does bring us to the 2nd quarter. Big Walnut leading this one 22-0 over Dublin Coffman. 3rd down and 2. Line to gain is the 47 as they hand it off. No, they'll throw it and off the hands of the receiver. They were looking for Ruiz Beach, the 6'2" senior.
And they're trying to catch Big Walnut kind of by surprise right there, Bryce. And I like the idea, just wasn't able to get the execution right there. But once again, as you can see, as he's trying to make that pass, you know, the Big Walnut defense, you can definitely tell they've been running through this all week. The defender was able to kind of read the play and able to clamp down at the attempt of the pass. So even if they're able to complete it, not a betting man, Bryce, but my bottom dollar would probably think they would have been the first down right there, but who knows?
So they'll end up losing yardage, as they describe it. Was a backwards pass that went out of bounds. And Big Walnut will call a timeout. We'll take a quick break.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Back here in the 2nd quarter, it'll be Coffman kicking it away after the timeout here on 4th down. Burley makes the fair catch and takes it at the 16-yard line. We'll begin here on 1st down. Get this, folks. Nolan Burley, 9 rushes, 1 quarter, 121 rushing yards.
Bryce, it's like he's playing NCAA. I'm telling you, he's doing something different. Can't even get down my road to glory that fast.
So first down, stump under center, I believe, for the first time tonight. They'll give it to Burley as the hold parts, and he just takes advantage of it. So a first down, Nolan Burley.
He's just running and tumbling across the first down marker right there, Bryce. Bringing the Shamrocks, or bringing the rocks all draped over his back.
Makes the down marker guy's job a whole lot easier when you just get a first down every time. I wonder if he like charges the discount because Big Walnut just runs 10 yards every time.
Yeah, it's a really easy job, but, you know, definitely gets his cardio in nonetheless.
Looking to the right. He'll balk at it. Now rolling to his right, just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage and get some positive yardage. He'll get about 3 on that one.
Just nothing open downfield, Bryce. He was trying to find an open receiver, just didn't like anything. Once again, he's able just to turn nothing into something.
So 2nd and 8. We'll need to get it to the 37-yard line. Taking the snap, he'll just hand it off right in front of him to Burley. Burley busting loose, a long run. It'll be his longest of the season as Nolan Burley sniffs out the end zone for his 2nd of the night touchdown, Big Walnut.
Nobody can stop him, Bryce. He's a man on a mission, running through the heart of the Rocks defense. If you can hear it, it's just faintly. Is their hopes trying to get back into this game?
So it'll be a 71-yard touchdown rush.
Jeez Louise, Bryce.
That puts him at 192 rushing yards on the game, his 2nd rushing touchdown.
And there's only 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Bryce, that is insane right there. Burley's doing great things today, but once again, we have to give the kudos to those big guys up front.
And Piles converts the PAT, 29-0. Big Walnut leads over Coffman.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Big Walnut leading this one 29-0 here in the second quarter. 10:44 remaining. Kicking it away, it'll be plucked at the 6. Coffman had some good returns the past 2 times, but not this time, as they'll be brought down at the 14, and that's where they'll begin their drive as they look to erase the 0 from the scoreboard.
And I think that's going to be the biggest thing the coach is going to say on the sideline right now, right? So, hey, let's just try to play anything on the board right here. You know, just trying to get on the board, trying to kind of instill some type of life into this Coffman team. Because right now they're looking like they just have no answers. Nothing's going right, offense and defense.
Late substitution coming in with the play. Moving Ruiz Beach. They will, in fact, hand it off.
Oh, nice.
Hit hard towards the line of scrimmage. It'll be a pickup of 2.
And it just seemed like that's kind of been the trend this whole game, Bryce. You see the Rocks, you kind of look at the line of scrimmage, they seem to put in a lot of work, and then you kind of look at it, you kind of look more towards, and it's only for a 1 or 2 yard gain. They really are fighting tooth and nail just for minimal gains here, but it also just showcases the toughness of this Big Walnut front 7. They're a no-nonsense bunch, I promise you.
They'll hand it to McLean. McLean fights to stay loose and fighting forward. Good effort by him.
Great effort. Able to pick up a couple extra on that last little stumble. But that brings them to 3rd and much more manageable what they're looking at.
3rd and 3 to be exact. They got to get it to the 25-yard line to convert the first down.
And, you know, if I'm the coach right now, Bryce, I'm doing anything just to keep these chains moving. Just to anything to give my offense another breath, just to kind of think about and put some magic to do something to put something on the scoreboard.
Once again, Ruiz Beach in motion. Oh, pressure getting there right away, able to get it off, but not much more as he is brought down, and it'll be 4th down. A scramble for the ball. Oh yeah, knee going down there.
Yeah, that was a nice try. Like, that was a nice iteration of the tight end screen right there, but Big Walnut snipped that out and put that to rest real quick, Bryce, and just been a real quiet night for this Shamrock offense.
So it'll be Jack Morris punting it away to Nolan Burley. Jack Morris, a man of many trades, as he's also the quarterback.
Well, we see that too on Big Walnut, right? You know, Burley is also the punter, if I'm not mistaken.
At times, yeah.
At times.
And so timeout called by Coffman. We'll take a quick break. They have 1 remaining.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Back for the punt. It's 4th and 2. Burley will be back to receive. Deep inside of their own territory, the Rocks with an unsuccessful drive. But a successful punt as it's over the head of Burley and takes a very friendly bounce all the way back to the 21 is where they'll finally rule it down.
It's going to be interesting to see how this Shamrock defense is going to come out, Bryce. Trying to do something they haven't been able to do, which is kind of keep the Big Walnut's defense out the end zone.
Big Walnut, they'll have 79 yards to go, but Burley managed to get 71 in one play last time, so I don't think they're too worried.
Interesting to see what they're going to come out. This might be, you know, the playbook's wide open.
Once again to Burley. Gets past the middle
Bryce.
linebacker, wrapped up around the waist and brought down for a pickup of about 20 yards. Just so much power, but also the agility to get by that middle linebacker. Just a little bit of a deke.
All right, taking a couple rocks with him, put a couple rocks in his backpack. He's trying to go to the end zone. But like you say, you know, just that nice mixture of that speed and power. Like you say, he's a locomotive, and once he gets those legs churning, get out the way.
Stumpf to his right, finds Harrington, his 6th reception of the season, as he's brought down just short of the 50-yard line.
And that's a nice catch by Harrington right there, you know, able to kind of find the soft spot in the defense and trying to pick up a couple after the reception, making it much more manageable. 2nd and 4.
Looking to his right, but instead Stumpf will just take it himself. A quick decision will earn him the 1st down.
And that was just a great quarterback draw right there, Bryce. He saw the defenders kind of get into their passing lanes. He looked for the right hole, able to pick up the 1st down right there.
.720 and ticking, play clock down to 15 seconds now.
And this Big Walnut offense is in no rush right now because everything's going their way.
Throwing over the middle, Harrington catches it behind him and gets hit, but he'll make the grab. Great athletic play by Gavin Harrington.
That was a great catch in traffic right there. He knew he was going to get hit as soon as he catch the ball, Bryce, but he kind of braced himself for the impact, able to pick up the 1st down. Those type of catches right there build a wow, Bryce.
Burley into the face of a defender, falls backwards across the 1st down marker.
And like I was kind of saying the last play, Bryce, you see like there's just a bunch of trust in this offense right now.
Oh, looks like we got a flag for holding. I haven't officially announced, but the white cap did make the signal.
Yeah, it was looking like they're going to get from a holding, Bryce. And that's his 3rd one for today, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't see any of these really last week.
None of them, yeah. I think only 2 penalties for Big Walnut last week. One of them was a false start.
Yeah. So interesting to see how they're going to attest to that. Now it's 1st down and look like it's 20.
Out of the shotgun, Burley will block. They'll flip it ahead to him. Desperate to get any sort of movement whatsoever, but instead he'll be stopped for a loss. It looks like a loss of 2. So
if we saw that last week, Bryce, you know, they kind of try to throw a screen, especially when they're back kind of behind schedule right there. And look at the Shamrocks, look at the film and stuff that one out.
So it's 2nd and 22. Ball is currently sitting on the 43-yard line. The line to gain is the 21. So a lot of work to do. They were in a similar position earlier with 20 yards to go, but they made the most out of it and ended up getting a touchdown out of it. Stumpf will step up. Back to the original line of scrimmage. And it brings up 3rd down and much more manageable. I think it'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, as soon as Stumpf got back into his progression, he saw there was a bunch of green grass ahead of him as kind of the Rocks defense kind of just bailed to try to cover. Was able to pick up 10 just in the scramble until somebody walked 10 yards before somebody really said something to him, Bryce. So 3rd down and long. Interesting to see what kind of pass play they're going to draw up right here, Bryce.
They rule it 3rd and 10. Once again, the line to gain is the 21. Stumpf rolling out to his left.
Oh!
Almost pulling it in, making the grab would have been Mason Moore, but couldn't hold on to it. Kind of a bad throw from Stumpf.
Yeah, it didn't really do him any favors right there, Bryce. That was kind of going to be a tough one because as soon as he was going to catch it, he was going to basically kind of get popped by the defender.
Looks like Stumpf is gonna stay in. So looks like they're gonna go for it. Over 50% conversion rate last year on 4th down.
And I think this is just a testament of how Coach Krager just has so much trust into their offense. But as we see, they kind of took a timeout, so maybe they're going to think about this a little longer.
Both sides will be left with one timeout. Big Walnut leading this one 29-0 over Dublin Coffman. 4:50 remain in the second quarter. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
So it looks like they will send out the offense. Josh and I having a discussion in the break as to whether or not they would actually send the offense back on or whether they're just trying to see personnel, but they're going to go for it here on 4th and 10. Has to get it to the 21-yard line. Pressure is there, looking all alone as the receiver, making the grab and pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. What a play.
Jeez Louise, Bryce, and good things happen when Stumpf has the ball, and he's able to kind of decipher the defense right there and pick up the first down. We talked about it earlier. They're in like an awkward situation on the field. Too close to punt it. So you have to go for it, and good things happen. I guess we go for it on 4th down.
Oh, there will be a flag thrown. Stumpf is hit hard. He's frustrated about something. They're going to call a false start against Big Walnut, it looks like.
Yeah, it looked like there's some miscommunication. You can see as soon as he caught the ball. Looked like I was supposed to be intended handoff to Burley, but that kind of ruined it quick for the...
Yeah. So it'll be a loss. It's 1st and goal. They're on the 8. Oh, an illegal formation against Big Walnut. But it's declined, making it 2nd and goal on the 8-yard line.
2nd goal for the Eagles.
Burley will take it this time, looking for number 3. He's brought down at the 5-yard line, bringing up 3rd down.
And that was a good, kind of methodical, kind of get back into the rhythm of this offense, Bryce. Burley's trying to just pick up something for them. Get a little closer to that goal line. Pretty sure this is going to be 4-down territory for the Golden Eagles.
So back to the line of scrimmage on the 5, 3rd and goal. Stumpf rolling out to his right off of his back foot, finds Bowers, but another flag is thrown. We'll see what we're calling it this time.
I think that might be holding, Bryce. I could be wrong, though.
No official. Yep. Looks like defensive holding.
Holding. Defense.
Yeah, defensive holding.
I think it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, if I'm not mistaken. Automatic first down, if I'm not mistaken as well.
I think maybe the mic pack not working. That is a luxury we have here. Not all high schools, in fact, very few, I think, have that microphone.
Definitely.
There it is. So half the distance to the goal. The 2.5 is where they'll put them.
Okay, still 3rd down here.
It looks like they're going to go with some more power.
They used to call this formation heavy, Bryce. This is for the group of people to get an extra cupcake after dessert. The reason why is because you need a little more power to move with these guys up front. Oh, Bryson fumble!
The ball comes out. Everybody diving on top of it. Coffman thinks that they have it.
I think it might be a fumble in the end zone, Bryce.
Stumpf. So they will wave it the way of Coffman. We'll take another look at that one. An awkward kind of stretch. Sorry, that was the previous play. But that one, interesting. It looked like Stumpf was kind of outstretched trying to get that ball off, and in between the two, I think a defender's hand knocked it loose.
Definitely it did, Bryce. He's kind of trying to make an effort towards the end zone, and it's kind of awkward right there. He had a couple yards to go, and, you know, the Rocks defense was able to push it out of his hand, and as the ball bounced into the end zone, Coffman was able to jump on it, and they get a second breath of life and hopefully try to put some points in for the end of this half right now, Bryce.
Second miscommunication in a row on that handoff. Minor there in a hurry, able to get one hand on the jersey. He's going to throw it away. It's an interception.
Wow.
Cole Heisel almost with the pick six, finally pushed out at the one. They're right back where they started.
Oh my goodness, Bryce. That was insane. Wow, Morris was trying to be Superman, but ended up being Lex Luthor. Throwing an interception right there, Bryce. And once again, Big Walnut is back in striking distance.
So the fumble at the 2-yard line, switched possession back to Coffman, but it took one play. TJ Minor hanging all over the quarterback, forcing the bad throw. Cole Heisel picking it off and taking it all the way down to the 2.
He's not going to get that stat right there, Bryce. But TJ Minor had a major play right there.
Nolan Burley righting his wrong as he's in for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
And that's what they wanted to do right there, Bryce. Put 6 on the board, and we have a defense as talented as that to give you some more opportunities. What more can you ask for, right?
Just an easy play for Nolan Burley out of the I formation, taking it straight up the gut, virtually untouched. This one is up and through, so the extra point makes it 36-0. 3:23 remaining here in the second quarter. Stay with us.
Running a small business isn't easy. Between work, family, and everything else, there's just not enough time in the day. Websites, Google, reviews, it all matters, but it shouldn't slow you down. That's where TMS Plus comes in. We make digital marketing easy, affordable, and effective. Sign up for TMS Plus Digital Essentials and get a free 1-month half-page ad in Town Money Saver magazine. TMS Plus. Easy, affordable, effective.
Back with 3:23 remaining here in the second quarter. Big Walnut leads the way 36-0. Fielded around the 10, the receiver stumbling a bit as he falls backwards. Looks to the ground to see if maybe he stepped on something. They rule him down at the 21-yard line.
The Turf Monster's undefeated, Bryce, 100%. But kind of going back to that last series on offense, you know, sometimes there's a lot of things you try to do to, you know, make a big effort, but there's no such thing as a 36-point play. So they're going to have to kind of meticulate themselves, try to just move the chains and maybe a little bit, just try to get on the board. Try to do too much in a short amount of time never results to much, Bryce, and if anything, it could be very harmful.
Morris is 4 for 8 with 16 yards on the night. They'll hand it off, but it won't be good for much, perhaps even a loss.
And then once again, this ferocious defense is just making their presence known. Giving defensive coordinator headaches, Bryce.
Bo Drake credited with that tackle. In week 1, he had 7 tackles, 1 solo, 6 assists, and a tackle for a loss. Throwing to his left, Heisel trying to get there in a hurry, bringing down the receiver about 2 yards short of the first down marker. It brings up 3rd and short.
And once again, they're using that rollout methods right there, trying to gain a little more time in the pocket, Bryce. Just haven't had really much to do back there. Take 2 steps, and the Big Walnut defense is spilling what you ate for lunch.
Now back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 1. Try to take it himself, is met at the first down marker, gets about 10 yards more in the process, so a healthy run by quarterback Jack Morris.
That was a good keeper by Morris right there, Bryce. Finally, a little steam in the defense, able to make them pay.
So here on first down, after buying them a new set, the line to gain will be the Big Walnut 48-yard line, as they'll pick up about half of what they need here on first down.
And once again, able to have that kind of quick RPO action right there. 1, 2, 3, and out. Able to pick up a nice chunk of change.
So 2nd and 4 on their own 48, have to get it to the other 48. McLean in the backfield will be brought down. In fact, I believe that one was Johnny Giordano, the sophomore.
Yeah, it's looking like there's a little miscommunication right there. And now it's something they've seen multiple times, 3rd and longer than what they would like it to be. Interesting to see what the offensive coordinator is going to go in his bag of tricks to kind of get himself out of the hole he's in right now.
A lone backfield. Morris will take the snap.
Oh, right.
Pressure's there, gets away, but Moore is on the way. Gets the first down. Morris with a very athletic run.
You know, last series he tried to be Superman, but right there he's kind of being Superman right there. Breaking not 1, not 2, but 3 tackles to pick up the first down. Doing anything he can, Bryce, to keep these chains moving.
Trying to get something on the board before halftime. They'll pass. Morris steps up, and he'll be brought down for a loss of about half a yard.
You can see, Bryce, as soon as he catches the ball, the pocket just collapses. Really not even really able to see his first progression. As a quarterback, it can be kind of frustrating sometimes.
So he did lose a yard in that exchange. 2nd and 11, the line to gain is the 35.
And then when you do something like that, Bryce, take a sack in a 2-minute drill. That's kind of the Cardinal say you just don't want to use. Oh!
Almost intercepted off the hands of the receiver. It was Eli Borland, the senior defensive back, that had it on his fingertips but couldn't get more.
Definitely, Bryce. And you can definitely tell this Big Walnut defense is just frothing out the mouth. They want to get another turnover. Shamrock's the offense is desperate to make anything happen.
28 seconds left in the half. They'll pass. 3 wide receivers. Defender is there, but able to get away. Looking towards the sideline. He'll just throw it away straight into the canopy.
And I wouldn't be surprised, Bryce, if they kind of go for it right here, you know. 19 seconds left. What really do you have to lose right now? Down 36-0.
So it's 4th down and 11.
But once again, this Big Walnut's defense is just, I don't know, maybe I should give teachers printed, like, saying the no-nonsense bunch.
Passing again.
Oh, wow, Bryce. Look at T.J. Meyer just pancaked the offensive lineman.
And Morris will be brought down. A turnover on downs as Big Walnut takes over with 11 seconds remaining here in the second half. We'll take a look at the whole sequence.
Right, so there was a better iteration of a play showing how this defense was mangling this offense. Look at T.J. Meyer just pushing him down. Like he's like his little brother right there. It's insane. Like I said, these are the no-nonsense bunch. These guys, they love it. They're flying around. They're making this offensive coordinator's job very frustrating. Saw him with a full head of hair before the game. Wouldn't be surprised if he's bald at the end of it.
So bringing on the offense, they'll call their last timeout, and we'll take a quick break as we approach halftime.
Running a small business isn't easy. Between work, family, and everything else, there's just not enough time in the day. Websites, Google, reviews, it all matters, but it shouldn't slow you down. That's where TMS Plus comes in. We make digital marketing easy, affordable, and effective. Sign up for TMS Plus Digital Essentials and get a free 1-month half-page ad in Town Money Saver magazine. TMS Plus. Easy, affordable, effective.
So after the timeout with just 11 seconds remaining, Eli Stump will take a knee, will head into the locker room. 36-0, Big Walnut leading this one. Stay with us for the halftime show coming up next.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
First Circle and Been 168 by Pagathini. I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles, and Todo Tiende by OH Rujo. Tonight's performance will feature just a portion of our full show. We are proud to present in halftime performance drum majors Ali Sugiyama, Alex Carr, Taya Baihan, and the Dublin Coffman High School Marching Band.
They're trying to like go backwards, so they're trying to make it look like a UFC.
the Dublin Coffman High School Marching Band. The Coffman Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Jason Nipper, with assistance from Seth Justice, Kevin Wallet, Daniel Hostetler, and Christina Vera. The band kicks off its competitive season on Saturday, September 12th at Licking Heights High School. Go Rocks!
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Alexander Healy, we proudly present the Big Walnut Marching Golden Eagles! With assistant directors Hannah Stiles and Cassidy Wolford, drumline instructor Aiden Dunlap, color guard instructor Megan Daniel, and field commander Samantha Rippey. From the ashes of the past, a new fire awakens. Witness the rise of a great legend, the Phoenix. If the world is going up in flames tonight, we're going down together. Grab your phones, light up the stands, and get ready for this massive hit. Here is Bruno Mars's and Lady Gaga's Die with a Smile. With its feathers of orange light and flames beneath its wings, we give to you our final song of the night, Uprising by Muse. folks. I got a golden ticket up here for our 50-50 raffles here today. So if you want to pull out your tickets, I do have the winning number.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results. more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Running a small business isn't easy. Between work, family, and everything else, there's just not enough time in the day. Websites, Google, reviews, it all matters, but it shouldn't slow you down. That's where TMS Plus comes in. We make digital marketing easy, affordable, and effective. Sign up for TMS Plus Digital Essentials and get a free 1-month half-page ad in Town Money Saver magazine. TMS Plus. Easy, affordable, effective.
For the Jackson Marketing Company halftime show, and a beautiful night for football as you get a look at that beautiful moon. A little bit amber to it as it's just above the tree lines and going down. But tonight it's been all red as well. Big Walnut leading this one 36-0 over Dublin Coffman, getting off to a quick start, scoring within the first 2 minutes of the game after forcing a punt. But they would not be stopped. 3 touchdowns from Nolan Burley, 2 passing for Eli Stumpf. Everything going right for this offense, everything going right for this defense.
Definitely, Bryce. They could do no wrong in the first half, and it kind of just showed. We're just so used to it, so accustomed to this like eruption of points in the first quarter, and they really just have not looked back in their rearview mirror yet, Bryce. And this offense is humming, defense is humming. They're doing everything besides, selling popcorn in the stands right now.
And so just under 3 minutes remain as we take a look at our halftime stats. And Dublin Coffman with 3 first downs, 33 passing yards, 30 rushing yards for a total of 63 yards. 2 turnovers, 1 fumble, and 1 interception, and 2 for 8 on the penalties. Half distance to the goal on both of those. Big Walnut with 16 first downs, 90 passing yards, 259 rushing yards for a total of 349. 1 turnover, it was the Nolan Burley fumble in the miscommunication on the handoff. 3 for 31 on the penalties. The holdings coming back to bite them a few times.
Definitely, Bryce. They played a really sound game besides those penalties for Big Walnut. And, for Coffman, they just kind of had to really figure it out. And, that's a good thing about the second half. They had some room to figure it out. But like we kind of just said, Big Walnut is just going kind of just firing all cylinders right now, Bryce.
Taking a look at our game's leaders and stats, Jack Morris for Coffman, 6 for 12 passing, 33 yards, 1 interception. Eli Stumpf is 8 for 11 with 90 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns. On the rushing side, Gavin McLean is 4 for 13, an average of 3 yards per carry. Nolan Burley has 3 touchdowns, 15 carries for 232 yards. It's an average of 15.5 yards per carry, including the 71-yard touchdown rush. Receiving, James Haas leading the way for Coffman, 4 for 21 yards. His longest was a 7-yard catch on 6 targets. Gavin Harrington, 3 targets, 3 receptions for a total of 29 yards, 1 touchdown, a longest of 12. On top of that as well, Eli Stumpf adding to his total with 27 rushing yards on 4 carries, an average of 6.8 yards per carry. Taking a look at some other receivers, Gavin Harrington with 3 catches. Jackson Bowers has 2 for 24 yards. Will Warren with 1 for 28 yards. Finn Stumpf has a 10-yard catch as well. Overall, as we get started, the night has been all Big Walnut as we are almost ready for opening kickoff. Big Walnut won the toss and elected to kick away in the first quarter, hence their receiving position here. So we will start with a running clock. As you can see, the clock moving now. That will continue unless Coffman can get it under a 35-point lead. So Nolan Burley will field it for a fair catch.
And I remember last season, Bryce, we talked about the experience. I'm sorry, not last season, last week. Feels like 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
But last week we talking about like this kind of time right here is where a lot of these players that are on the field right now got a lot of experience that they got last season when they were kind of in this kind of position when they were up big in the second half. So I know we have the first main cast out right now, but I'm interested to see how they're kind of going to intertwine some of these the second and third group of guys to try to get that experience for the rest of the season.
So adding another wide receiver to the mix, it's Finn Stumpf. They have 4 at their disposal. Burley on the right hip. They'll hand it to Burley, who takes it up the middle, picks up right where he left off as he picks up the first down.
And that was just a good run by Burley. Kind of saw the first, saw their hole right there. Made a nice little jump cut to the left side. Pick up an extra couple yards and pick up the first down right there.
Back to the line of scrimmage here on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off, going wide. Mason Moore taking that one.
And they're just trying to find a hole to kind of pierce through as they kind of run the sweep right there. But kudos to the Shamrocks, right? Kind of having a nice front, not giving that up.
Once again, out of the gun. Looking for a receiver, has time, finding Bowers, who jumps to make that catch, bringing it down and getting just a few yards short of midfield. It'll be a first down and plenty more.
And it's just such a great commodity that not a lot of quarterbacks have, that Eli Stumpf has, which is having such a amount of good time back in the pocket to really go to his first and second progression to find his open man.
Push down from the 46.
Now from the 46, they'll start again on first down. Burley will take it. A patient run will pick up about 7 as it brings up second down.
It was a great running by Burley. Was kind of waiting for that second hold to kind of open up as he's kind of stumbling into a nice second down and very manageable for this Big Walnut offense.
Under 9 minutes here in the third quarter as Stumpf will take an empty backfield. Once again over the middle, Bowers will make another reception.
And then once again, Bryce, I know we talked about this. It just seems like Stumpf is finding that soft spot in that zone defense for a Big Walnut. As you can see, as the linebackers kind of disperse, finding that nice soft window, and it seems like they just once again kind of been finding the holes or the seams in the zone. It's been Bowers and Stumpf's bread and butter all game.
And so a substitution at the running back position. It'll be Stumpf taking it himself before he finally slides. Might be right around the first down marker. I think about a yard short. And it actually 2 yards short, so it'll bring up 2nd and 2.
And that was just a good QB keeper right there, kind of able to find the hold and get down safely, not to take any punishment.
Taking the snap, looking out to the right, Harrington with another grab inside the 20-yard line and brought down inside the 15. So chains continue to move.
And move as they have been coming, Bryce. Just kind of been moving and grooving. Big Walnut offense is humming.
I really like to see the passing game getting going. It seemed like last year the passing game was kind of just a means to open up the run game, but now it's a full-fledged focus for this offense.
They got some guys out there in the perimeter. And, you know, with Stumpf, Harrington, Bowers right there, they have such a good showcase early on in this small sample size of the season so far, Bryce.
They'll audible. In fact, they'll just burn a timeout as trying to get the correct play. It seems like this has been an issue for them a couple of times now where they've had to motion over to the sideline to get some clarification.
Just not on the same page, and as you guys, you know, they have the luxury right now to kind of get things right, especially when you have some new bodies on the field. You know, you just want to make sure everybody's on the same page.
So on the 14-yard line, they'll have to get to the 19-yard line rather they're at. Here on first down, they'll hand it off. Jenkins with the carry. He's the one subbing in for Burley.
And, you know, I haven't seen too much of Jenkins. It's interesting to see, you know, as this kind of showcase the future of Big Walnut, right?
Graduating last year was fullback Tiquan Bunting. He was typically the one filling in this situation where trying to save Burley from some damage. Looking out to his left with the pressure, caught up a little bit.
Oh,
but he
Bryce
makes the completion. Such a calm play. Looks like maybe the ball got out.
Yeah. Seemed like it was they ruled it incomplete right there. Let's take another look at it.
So yeah, they'll just rule it an incompletion, but all the same, give a lot of credit to Eli Stumpf there. I mean, that was almost disaster. He had 3 guys on his face, 1 holding onto his jersey, and he still managed to find the receiver.
It was this close away from being a Sports Center top 10 play, Bryce.
So 3rd and 14, have to get it to the 4. Stumpf will pass. Pressure is there. Towards the end zone, and it's not gonna get there. Ball incomplete. I think he would have been out of bounds anyways.
Yeah, once again, you know, give kudos to Stumpf. Play breaks down. He's getting turned up in the kitchen, and he's able to find his receiver, someone open, and just wasn't able to connect.
And so looks like they're bringing in the field goal formation. Let's do some quick math. Looks like it would be 35 yards.
All right, nice distance for a high schooler right here, Bryce.
But they'll burn the timeout instead. So with that, we'll take a quick break.
Running a small business isn't easy. Between work, family, and everything else, there's just not enough time in the day. Websites, Google, reviews, it all matters, but it shouldn't slow you down. That's where TMS Plus comes in. We make digital marketing easy, affordable, and effective. Sign up for TMS Plus Digital Essentials and get a free 1-month half-page ad in Town Money Saver magazine. TMS Plus. Easy, affordable, effective.
So a 35-yard field goal will be attempted by Owen Piles. He's 1 for 1 on field goals so far this season. It's up, and it's through. So the 35-yard field goal from Owen Piles is good. Add that to his portfolio. Big Walnut leading this one 39-0 over Dublin Coffman.
Running a small business isn't easy. Between work, family, and everything else, there's just not enough time in the day. Websites, Google, reviews, it all matters, but it shouldn't slow you down. That's where TMS Plus comes in. We make digital marketing easy, affordable, and effective. Sign up for TMS Plus Digital Essentials and get a free 1-month half-page ad in Town Money Saver magazine. TMS Plus. Easy, affordable, effective.
Back after the field goal, we're going to take another look. Josh thinks that maybe he hit a drum out there. Oh, we couldn't see it too well, but and we thought that was kind of funny. Hit a big bass drum from the band. But all the same, clock is ticking. Big Walnut leading 39-0 over Dublin Coffman. Kicking it away to the Rocks. Making the reception at the 10-yard line. He'll scrum forward for a couple of extra yards beyond the touchback point, and that's where the Rocks offense will begin.
And this part of the game, Bryce, I know coming back can kind of seem pretty bleak for the Shamrocks, but these are things you just want to kind of improve on as your season progresses. Unfortunately, probably not going to come out to win today, but, that doesn't mean their season is in turmoil. So, as a coach, you kind of want to, build on top of the things on your game plan. I wouldn't be surprised to go back to the RPO, just kind of get some good reps, get some good competition.
They'll hand it off. This one looks like McLean as he's brought down a pickup of, looks like about 2.
And that was a good run right there, Bryce. By the Shamrocks. Once again, I wouldn't be surprised to just kind of go back into that bag of the pit plays, see what they want to call. Oh, fumble, Bryce!
Ball on the ground, and Morris lucky to just hold on to that one, but it will be a loss. It would have been disaster as they would have been right on the red zone if Big Walnut had taken over.
Something they definitely want to avoid if all means necessary, Bryce. They had a bunch of those early on in the game and probably won't put that behind them.
Brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Shamrocks.
So the 3rd and 9 situation, they'll take the snap, looking deep and almost intercepted. Cornerback thought that the wide receiver had made the reception, was trying to poke it out.
Yeah. Kind of as a receiver had to play a little bit of DB right there, right? But it's kind of guaranteed, right? They always take a shot, keep the defense honest as you're down big late.
We are flying through this third quarter with the running clock. Just 90 seconds remain. The punt is high, somewhat short. We'll take a big drop and start to go lateral right at the 35 as they're looking for every last inch they can get. Finally ruling it down right at the 35.
Interesting to see, Bryce, what cast comes out here on the field. Are the starters done for the night, or are we gonna keep on going?
And so Big Walnut takes over from their own 35-yard line. The clock now at 60 seconds.
Look like it's Caden Weaver in the backfield taking snaps, Bryce. So it might be Stump's last series we just saw. Oh, wow. Okay, Jenkins.
Jenkins takes the carry.
Weaver at a quarterback. Hands off to Kobe Jenkins.
So a pickup of 6 on that run.
So this could be a nice little glimpse into the future right now, Bryce.
Yeah.
Jenkins, and we have Jenkins and Weaver back there. Could be the next two-headed monster we can see next season.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of the benefit of blowing teams out almost every game. Your down roster guys start to get a lot of reps.
Definitely. And this time is a lot of people like to say garbage time, but this is a real crucial time for your young guys to develop. And as you can see, as their race on the field or this first half, it plays a really big dividends, right? Getting that experience.
So that will end the third quarter. Big Walnut leading this one 39-0. Stay with us for the fourth quarter.
Running a small business isn't easy. Between work, family, and everything else, there's just not enough time in the day. Websites, Google, reviews, it all matters, but it shouldn't slow you down. That's where TMS Plus comes in. We make digital marketing easy, affordable, and effective. Sign up for TMS Plus Digital Essentials and get a free 1-month half-page ad in Town Money Saver magazine. TMS Plus. Easy, affordable, effective.
Returning back to the fourth quarter. Handing it off to Jenkins. Jenkins getting another carry and another 6-yard gain.
Now, I like the running of Jenkins. I kind of like the style, right? I'm getting excited for the future. He seems like he just has a nice little quicker step than Burley. Real electric kind of guy. I think Burley is more of a locomotive. I like to think, just for the small sample size, Jenkins might be a little lightning in the bottle,
Of course, be sure to stay with us after the game as we bring you the MVP interview as well as the post-game show. A couple of contenders for that MVP top spot. As always, feel free to drop a comment who you think should be tonight's MVP player of the game. Right around 11:30 typically as well, the OH Report will go live with the Friday Night Pigskin podcast where we break down all of the games from our coverage. I appear on that every single week to talk about the Big Walnut Golden Eagles and their triumphs week in and week out. I also nominate every week a top player and a top play, a lot of movement up front will trigger the flag. And I think, Big Walnut fans, you're starting to catch on. We put up TJ Miner for player and play of the week last week, and he was starting to get a lot of attention. We have not had that from Big Walnut fans. Normally, our Big Walnut or our player spotlight or the player that we choose to nominate gets 3, maybe 4 votes, but I'm proud of Big Walnut. I mean, they're really getting in there, getting their votes in.
Definitely, Bryce. We're just so appreciative of the viewership of this season so far. You know, it seems like there's a lot of Big Walnut. The community's kind of getting hip to, you know, our great show, and I think you're a big attrition to that, Bryce. You're just doing an amazing job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But, yeah, I mean, that is true. I mean, 2-3 years ago when we first started doing basketball and football coverage, I mean, some of these broadcasts, they would get 200 to 500 views, and it was just, you know, kind of people clicking to see what was going on. But for the first time ever, we have over 100 viewers on our YouTube, and tonight we actually crossed 250. So that's really exciting for us.
Especially for YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for, I think we got some good things going on. We got some new creative things going on for our stream, and excited to share that with you guys.
So Jenkins taking another carry here on 4th down, trying to avoid the turnover on downs before he's finally roughly brought to the ground, and we'll switch possessions.
And that was just good iteration. I know it's not the main group of guys, but you know, I'm pretty sure that's a Shamrock's still first team out there, and able to move the chains a little bit. You know, it's a great boost of confidence. I know they want to get 7, and this is when you got to lead on your defense, get them off the field, get this offense off the field, and get your offense in their iteration.
They'll take the snap. Morris handing it off and quickly brought down in the backfield for a loss. It's Giordano on the carry. I think defensively a really stellar night. On the pigskin, I think I was a little bit hard on the defense last week, specifically the linebackers. And I think that, you know, last season we saw kind of the weakness, the kryptonite was really athletic quarterbacks allowing the play to develop, but then finding space for really big runs. That's what we saw last year against Anderson. And that was something that Hilliard Bradley, I think, kind of figured out on the fly that was a weakness of theirs, and that was worrying me. But the defense really, really cleaning it up tonight.
Good too, Bryce, and that's going to be the biggest question mark of this season with losing so many big guys and so many big names. You know, until they kind of face somebody that's really able to stretch out this defense and kind of see if there's any holes in it, that's going to be, they're going to have to come in and week out and prove themselves that, you know, the offense is great, but defense wins championships, guys. So glad they were able to step up today, Bryce, and especially with the RPO assignment. And I think they did stellar tonight, hands down. I just got to, you know, I think TJ Miner is just kind of the focal point of that defense in the front 7, and I think he's just having a great start this season so far.
Right around 7 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter, 3rd and 6. They'll have to work it to the 46 of Big Walnut to get the conversion. Taking the snap, a flag thrown.
Oh, Bryce, you hate to see that because
a big run from Morris, and I think they're going to call it back. We'll see, though.
Yeah, it's going to be holding, and that's just a heartbreaker.
I mean, I may have even thought that was a pre-snap because the sideline official was making some sort of motion, I think, to gather the attention. Oh, false start. Yeah, that's what they'll call it.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker, you know, especially for Coffman. He definitely get that goose egg off the scoreboard, and that's not going to help you right there.
So we'll hear the official call. Oh, illegal formation. So that's why the sideline official was making the motion. You can kind of see it there. As soon as that snap went off, he threw it.
Yeah. And once again, such a shame. Great run by the quarterback, but just erased away, doesn't matter. And if I'm not mistaken, Bryce, I think they had a kick return that was called back last week too.
Yeah. But again, that illegal formation penalty, I mean, it can seem really complex and unnecessarily convoluted, but it is essential for the defense to know who can and cannot catch a pass, and that, you know, illegal formation prevents that.
Yeah. Seems tedious, but it's huge.
So working it all the way up to about the first down marker. They will give them the first down as the chain gang will take a walk. Less than 6 minutes, just about 5 remaining in the fourth.
And that was just good snapping across the middle right there by the Shamrocks, Bryce. The receiver caught the ball in some space and got a little bit of rack right there. You know, the receiver after catch, able to pick up the first down.
Wide open, all alone, making the reception. Making the grab there was Reed Cavanis.
And once again, you know, receivers catching the ball in some open space, able to turn up and grab the first down. See that this Coffman's offense is kind of humming right now in the series right now, Bryce.
So we'll see if they're able to pick up the touchdown and take our beloved running clock from us. Morris up in the pocket. Linebacker there, but it'll be another first down as they're all the way up to the 20-yard line now.
And once again, it just shows the pride in the Shamrocks culture, you know, down, you know, but not discouraged, right? Still moving the offense, still running things as usual, trying to get better each play as they go into this next week.
Out of the pistol this time, 3 wide receivers out to his left. Morris handing it off. A big body utilizing power as they get about 9 yards in the process.
Right, able to kind of push a defender and put him on his backside right there, Bryce. He is rice and gravy, you can definitely tell.
Once again, out of the pistol. Handing it off to Jenkins. Jenkins close to that goal line, just a few yards away, but not just enough yet.
So close, Bryce, but so far away. I know this is crucial for the Shamrocks to get in right there, to build some confidence.
Looks like he'll take it himself, and Morris will sneak his way into the, well, the end zone. We don't. All right, I think we finally do have a signal from the officials. So touchdown Dublin Coffman. It'll put them on the board for the first time tonight. Big Walnut leading this one 39-6.
And that was just a long, methodical drive that they just needed to instill some confidence. Something to look into for the film tomorrow. Build on to. So, you know, it's not all bad, right? A goose egg is bad, and it's a little better. It looks a little better on the score sheet.
So we will take a quick break. Big Walnut leading this one 39-7, 1:56 remaining in the game.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Ready to kick it off. We'll have a break in the action. Not quite sure what that was about, but I think we are getting set once again. Making the grab right at the goal line. Breaking loose across the 20, now the 30. And great forward momentum and great sneaky running as well.
And that was just a great way to cut up, and I love to see the excitement from the crowd. Always nice to see their own faithful making a good play.
Just about 1 minute remaining. Play clock has not started just yet. So the game's leaders, Eli Stumpf, 11 for 16, 131 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Nolan Burley, 17 carries, 248 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. Top receiver was Jackson Bowers, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. Taking the snap, handing it off. Looks like they're gonna hurry up the offense. I don't think they're gonna get another play in. And in fact, they will just walk off. So this one is, well. All right, now both sides walking off. Officially over. Big Walnut picks up the victory, moving to 2-0 on the season over Dublin Coffman, 39-7. It was all Big Walnut all night long. Stay with us for the post-game show and MVP interview coming up next.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere, on your schedule. And it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Running a small business isn't easy. Between work, family, and everything else, there's just not enough time in the day. Websites, Google, reviews, it all matters, but it shouldn't slow you down. That's where TMS Plus comes in. We make digital marketing easy, affordable, and effective. We handle your website, your Google business profile, listings, and online reputation, so customers can find you and trust you. That means less time chasing screens and more time focusing on what really matters. Your family, your customers, you business. Sign up for TMS Plus Digital Essentials today and get a free 1-month half-page ad in Town Money Saver magazine. Consultation and design included. TMS Plus, easy, affordable, effective.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
TMS Digital Marketing MVP, Nolan Burley. 248 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. First and foremost, Nolan, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Our head coach, Coach Craig, actually was the coach at Coffman, so it's nice to kind of help him really get that.
Nice little revenge game. We love to see it. First and foremost, Nolan Burley, like we said, 248 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. What were you feeling today? What was feeling good?
Everything was feeling good. Woke up. We had senior sunrise today, so that was fun. Went through the whole day of school. Had some Jersey Mike's after school. And it's the same old thing.
All right, same old, same old. It looked like it a little bit, right? You're averaging 14.8 yards a carry, if I'm not mistaken. So tell me, what was going through your mind? And, after 14 yards per carry, what do you attribute to that through the offensive line, too?
So much, yeah. What was going through my mind was definitely just trusting them. They work so hard. Our Coach Harden's our offensive coordinator, works with them every day, Coach Metzger. So we've kind of been installing all the plays in their footwork and everything. So just kind of trusting those guys really helps.
Definitely. And kind of going to the next one, you had a 71 rushing yard touchdown. Kind of what was going through your mind, and when did you know you was kind of home free?
Yeah, so I think the safety came down pretty hard. So I saw him, I don't know who it was, someone picked him up, and it was kind of home free from there. You saw daylight.
And daylight was saw. Daylight was saw. Okay, so you had 3 rushing touchdowns. What was your favorite rushing touchdown of today?
Definitely the 71-yarder. It's got to be my favorite.
Hey, man, you had all the girls in this crowd going, ah! All right, Nolan. So, my last question for you is going to be, what kind of offense had an explosion on yards and just doing everything you can today. What's kind of the potential for the offense going forward?
Yeah, so our offense has so much potential. I think we got a great O-line, which I just talked about. Eli Stump from Michigan State commit, so that really helps me because we can spread the ball out, which helps spread the defense out, which helps me. So we kind of a lot of stuff that we still haven't brought out yet because we haven't needed to. So I think our potential it's unseen right now. I think we're gonna be great.
You guys are scary. He's not even the whole story yet. All right, last question. I'm done with you. Nolan, what's to eat? You was feasting on Coffman's defense all night. What are you eating good for tonight?
I think I'm going to go back to Cale Shelby. He's our center's house, and we're going to go eat some pizza.
All right, pizza. All right. Go. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
No? All right, you heard it here first. All right, you guys have a great one.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
In for our Jackson Marketing Company post-game show, and Big Walnut improving to 2-0 with a 39-7 victory over the Dublin Coffman Rocks tonight, going on the road next week, and should be a good one. We'll see how Big Walnut travels.
Definitely, Bryce. It's going to be a big test, I'm interested to see how they have a bunch of young guys who kind of have a nice, good home-cooked meal, and they're going to be in a hostile territory next week, so it should be a good one.
We'll take a look at our post-game stats. For Coffman, 7 first downs, 69 passing yards, 61 rushing yards for a total of 130, 2 turnovers, 4 penalties for a total of 18 penalty yards. Big Walnut with 21 first downs, 311 passing yards, 131 rushing yards for a total of 442, 1 turnover, just the fumble, and 5 for 41 on penalties. So after facing a tough opponent last week, picking up a 32-7 victory, a little bit more lopsided this time. In fact, another touchdown on top of it. Big Walnut's got to be feeling great.
Yeah, Bryce, you know, it's one of those things. They feel great, but as I was kind of peeking down as their ending game kind of conversation, they're not satisfied. You know, there's still things they have to fine tune. There's still things they want to work on. It's kind of like we kind of been saying at the beginning of the season. It's the little things, right? You know, had a lot of penalties and everything like that. But if they keep playing like this, good things should happen, Bryce.
And 2 weeks into the season, everything seems to be going right. Is there anything that you're worried about for the remainder of the season?
I just definitely just kind of like the little things, Bryce, right? Just kind of the penalties, the holdings, you know, when they face better competition, those things can be very big, you know, and we kind of saw that when they played Anderson last year. So it's kind of like, you know, doing the big things right, which is great. You know, they had an explosion on offense, but just fine-tune those little things like the false starts, the holdings, and, you know, even just miscommunications on the field as you kind of the handoffs and stuff like that. I will definitely try to fix in this next upcoming week.
Taking a look at the scoring breakdown, Big Walnut doing what they always do and establishing an early lead in the first quarter. How hard is it as a team going up against a team knowing that not only do they score so much in the first quarter, but also when that actually happens, how kind of demoralizing is that?
It's really tough, Bryce. I mean, I feel like we see it week in and week out. It's just the game's not over, but it seems like it's over, right? You know, being down 21-0 early on is just so intimidating, and there's not a lot of speeches you can go into to kind of boost your morale back up. So that's why we always say those first two drives are so crucial for if you're an opposing team for Big Walnut, because it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Taking a look at what is up next for both squads, Dublin Coffman is going to be taking on Dublin Jerome next week. Big Walnut making the trip out to Reynoldsburg on September 4th. And, you know, they feel pretty good about that one, but of course anything can happen, especially on the road.
Definitely, Bryce. Like we said, they're going to bring their A game every week, week in, week out, because they have the target on their back. They're not the new kids on the block anymore. Everybody has that Big Walnut game circled on their schedule.
So wrapping things up for tonight, I am Bryce Coder, your play-by-play commentator and director for the evening, joined in the booth by Joshua Anderson. As always, we'll take a quick second to thank all of our sponsors: Sunbury Christian Church, Jackson Marketing Company, TMS Digital Marketing, First Federal Community Bank, Buckeye Horizon, Knox Community Hospital. For all those watching at home, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great rest of your night.
That's a good one, Bryce.